Who are you?
Me.
Yes, who are you? What are you doing here?
Me? I'm the Doctor.
I'm Stephen Moffat. I'm the lead writer and executive producer of Doctor Who, and where we are is in the most exciting place in the world, just outside the actual, real, not kidding you, TARDIS.
Okay, so we're walking up a kind of scaffolding platform.
Yes, tragically, the real TARDIS isn't bigger on the inside. In fact, it's the same size on the outside. Now watch, there are many steps. Time Lord health and safety at work is very poor. It is the most exciting spot in the universe.
So there's huge revolving discs with the lights on top, and then the all-important control panel in the centre of this huge silver room. I mean, how much has the inside of the TARDIS changed since back in 1963?
The fundamental principle's the same, and it's never really altered. You've got the many-sided control console here, and you've got the column in the middle.
So we're outside a set here. There's a big sliding door.
Thank you. Nice and quiet, please. Turning. And action.
The equipment here is phenomenal. The humans don't realise what half of this stuff does. We could conquer their world in a day.
We were fortunate then in our choice of duplicates.
We're not armed, you may relax.
We are armed. You may not.
Thank you.
In terms of this 50th anniversary episode, you're not going to be able to tell me much about the plot, or you're not going to want to. But what do you want to achieve from it? What are you trying to get out of this episode?
You want to do more than nostalgia. You certainly want to do nostalgia, because that's important. People love it. But nostalgia is such a quick emotion, isn't it? It's sated so fast. It needs to be a great story as well. It needs to be a story that looks forward as well as backwards. Otherwise, there's a danger you're putting a full stop on it. It'll feel like a state funeral as opposed to a brand new beginning. I'd rather it was a coronation. I'd rather it was the beginning of something rather than the end of something.
If you look at the highs and lows of Doctor Who over the 50 years, obviously hugely popular in the 60s and 70s. Audiences fell away the sort of late 80s, and then, of course, the revival in the 21st century. What do you think the dangers are? Where do you go wrong with something like Doctor Who?
It is rather exaggerated how badly it failed in the late 80s, it's got to be said. They put it against Coronation Street in the day, 6 million. Well, I'll tell you what happened to Doctor Who in the 80s was, when it got old. It wasn't an entirely stupid decision, just mostly to rest it for a while. To rest it as long as they did was insane. What are the pitfalls? Ever letting it feel like anything less than a special occasion when Doctor Who is on. It should be aggressive, in-your-face television that is delighting you and sometimes irritating you. It should always feel new and punky.
I'm looking for the Doctor.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
When you look back over the very long span of Doctor Who, the science and the cultural roots went quite deep, didn't they? This was Einsteinian physics and lots of history. The Daleks were loosely based on Nazis and all the rest of it. I mean, there's so much kind of going on in there. How much do you think has changed?
I don't think Doctor Who really has changed at all. If you look at, actually, it was born out of, dare one say it, focus groups and scheduling decisions. It was. They were thinking, how do we join the children's audience to the adults' audience of the evening? What changes the world around it? And science fiction and fantasy, and in particular Doctor Who, is always a sort of distorted and sort of enhanced reflection of the world around you at the time. A Dalek is an extraordinary thing. It's a brilliant design by Ray Cusick. Also the idea of basically a robot that rants, a tank that hates you. This is an apparent machine with anger problems. Where else do you see that? It's brilliant.